Laying in your bed as you close your eyes, a thought races across your mind. What did I do today? Did I do anything productive? Did I get any better in any way, shape, or form? This is a pretty common question people ask themselves on a daily basis, but if people ask themselves this question so often, why does it still feel like people aren't accomplishing what they truly want to accomplish? In this week's episode, we look over what micro routines are and how they can radically reshape your life. What does it mean to accomplish a goal? As we have looked over the importance of goal setting in the past, we have never discussed the magnitude at which the goal's impact could have. When people think of achieving a goal, they might think of running a marathon or becoming a millionaire. Setting big goals is great, and I'd highly recommend doing so, but how do you walk the long road it takes without quitting to get to those bigger goals effectively? The answer is rather simple: micro routines. As usual, let's start off with a definition of micro routines so we're all on the same page. A microroutine is a small activity you do on a consistent daily basis that slowly progresses you towards a bigger goal. Effective microroutines should only take about 5 to 10 minutes, and even though you can do them at any point during the day, I'd always recommend having a set time you are used to sitting down and doing it. Microroutines allow you to slowly achieve your goal rather than trying to face it head on with nothing more than a finite motivational push. Many people make the mistake of feeling exceedingly inspired and chase their goals so hard in the first 48 hours to a week that they get burnt out. The spark has died and they feel progressively more and more unmotivated. If this sounds like you, don't give yourself a hard time because it's the unfortunate reality for most individuals. No matter which way you cut it, you will always achieve more in doing something small and consistently rather than trying to take it all on at once. As a quick side note, I would like to relate this to the ever-growing problem we face in society today of lack of motivation to do anything. As the realm of entertainment has taken over with an iron fist, people pursuing goals and hobbies is at an all-time low. Unfortunately, entertainment has gotten deceptively appealing, and whether you know it or not, they play with your inner psychology pretty frequently. Netflix's Watch Next system and video games' quote-unquote progression systems appeal to our desire to accomplish things. TV shows now have smaller seasons to give you a sense of getting things done as you grind through episodes, and video games perfectly emulate a sense of progression, whether that be by leveling up or simply unlocking new things. Before this side note turns into a whole other podcast episode, I would like to state the point of why I bring all this up. As we blindly submit to entertainment's will, the veil of this illusion is lifted. We feel so occupied in the moment, but shortly after putting your phone, controller, or TV remote down, the reality settles in that you actually achieved little to nothing. Fortunately, I'm not telling you have to go work out 7 days a week or climb a mountain to be productive again. No. Just start a few micro routines that allow you to get into the flow of getting done what you want to get done. To give an example, I'll simply state one of the micro routines I've had for almost 6 months now to show how effective they can be. As I sat in my room wondering what I could do to expand content onto social media, I came up with the idea of starting an Instagram page focused around talking about Bible verses in an in-depth manner. When I started the page, I had no followers and quickly realized no one was going to find my account. I didn't decide to give up and that all was hopeless, but I came up with the simple idea of posting a couple things that I wanted to talk about, even though I had no followers, so when I did have some, they would have something to look at. After that, I slowly began to follow users from similar pages to mine that I would think may enjoy what I have to offer. I followed no more than 15 to 20 people a day, and slowly people began to follow the account back. Day after day, I kept doing the same thing until I had 100 followers. This simple micro routine of sitting down and following 15 to 20 people every day became a habit as it was something I checked off on my daily schedule. Days, weeks, months passed. Steadily, those 100 followers turned to 500, then 1,000, then 2,000, then 3,000, then 4,000, right up until today, where I sit at just over 6,000 followers. Now, am I promoting going out on Instagram and mass following your way to the top? No. The moral of the story is the simple act of following 15 to 20 people a day wasn't a lot on base value, but the daily consistency reflected how powerful the micro routine really was. To provide a little more insight, and I would like to make a suggestion, it's easy to make micro routines of small things you want to accomplish, but the most effective micro routines are the ones that are designed with the bigger picture in mind. What do I mean by that? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Taking a massive goal and deconstructing it to see the smaller checkpoints you have to accomplish first before reaching the finish line. Running the marathon all of a sudden begins to seem a lot more realistic. In conclusion, I'd encourage all of you to find a micro routine or multiple that you can do on a consistent daily basis that help you achieve a much bigger goal or simply get you into the mindset of getting things done. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode about micro routines, and I hope to see all of you on next week's episode.